G'day and welcome to another episode of Kiwi Car Life. And I've spent the last 12 months sharing my motoring journey with you guys across 4 different vehicles. My Lexus ISF burst onto the scene around 12 months ago, garnering 150,000 views in the process. And to keep the Honda fans happy, I bought a repossessed Accord Euro R, which over the course of the 6 months I had it, saw a full and complete factory restoration. A couple of unfortunately failed attempts to buy a Honda S2000 for the channel resulted in the ISF and the Euro R being sold a little earlier than planned, and they were replaced by my manual BMW 130i and legacy 3-litre R police car. But behind all of that action, there's a car that I've owned which has been lurking in the shadows for the last year, and a lot of people have no idea that I even own it. It's a car that would arguably decimate almost every car I've owned for the last 12 months. But today, all will be revealed.
The story of my 2009 Nissan Skyline 370GT, or to the Americans, the Infiniti G37, begins as it was traded in on something far more reliable due to it having a myriad of issues. It was overheating, struggling to start, and refusing to rev over 3,000 RPM. Given all of the issues, I picked it up very cheap and figured even if it needed a whole new engine, it would still be worth my while given it had only done 70,000 kilometers. The overheating was an easy fix. Turns out the bottom radiator hose wasn't even connected, and thus it had no coolant whatsoever in it.
Oh, nice. Oh, jeepers. Many water came out.
We then turned our attention to the difficulty starting and revving past 3,000 RPM. Different combinations of plugging in and unplugging the cam position sensors seemed to change the symptoms. With both plugged in, it would idle rough and eventually die. With one unplugged, it would take ages to start, but then idle fine. However, the transmission would go into a failsafe. Oh, man, that's a hard shift. And shift unbelievably hard, and it still wouldn't rev over 3,000 RPM.
Oh yeah, no, we're hitting a rev limiter there.
We tried swapping the sensors over, we tried cleaning and testing the VTC solenoids, which went about as well as expected.
Okay, so it is working.
With it still not fixed and figuring there was something seriously wrong, we took it down to the local Nissan dealer to at least get it diagnosed so then we could try and fix it ourselves. Very quickly, it became apparent that this car hadn't had a service in years.
Oh! It's like it's full of licorice.
Jelly.
The variable valve timing actuators were completely gummed up with oil, and the oil pump pickup was clogged, leading to excessively high oil pressure, causing the ratcheting timing chain guide to come out too far, among various other issues. So we towed it back using a reliable Accord Euro and waited for months and months for parts to arrive.
It is the one reliable car that actually works. Look at it, it's blueness.
When they finally did, we installed 2 new VTC actuators, timing chain guides, and cleaned the entire engine along with all new seals and O-rings. We put some very thin oil in with engine cleaner and ran it through the engine for 20 minutes to clear out any last oil we missed. And then with some fresh 5W30 and coolant, it was finally running at full capacity once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Skyline, after nearly a year off the road, is back in business, and it's pretty darn good. Man, it's really quick, eh? And now that it's clean, the engine's making full power, the transmission's got no issues, it's not overheating, it is a pretty darn awesome car. It's not isn't perfect. It still has an engine light for some kind of catalytic converter efficiency issue, which may be caused by the second issue, which is on cold start, it blows a bit of blue smoke. But I'm ever hopeful that a good old Italian tune-up will do wonders to improve the condition of this engine, because it hasn't really been driven properly in the last year. And what better way to do that than by taking it on track and doing some hot laps? So let's crack into that. Right, and across the line. Yeah, we definitely hit the speed cut there. I felt it slow down. I'm just gonna leave it in third. So I think second is too low. Ease on the power. Up to fourth to ease the load on the engine a bit. Brake hard, turn it in down to third. I've got to say, the more I'm driving this thing, the more you realise it's actually quite a stable car. Like, it's very, very planted. Down, come on, get to second, there we go. Turn it, turn it, turn, 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 turn. Ease on the power, there we go, that's a bit better. Upshift, come on. Right, now we got the problem of, can we get past this guy at the perfect time where it's not going to hurt the lap. Brake very hard, scrubbing up a lot of speed. Come on, come on, come on, please tell me we can get past him on this straight. He's all over the show. Yes, we'll get past him. There we go, good. Move, 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 don't hit me, go away. There's a young guy driving it. And he got no mirrors. Here we go. And the back straight, 180 k's. On the brakes. Out wide. Turn it in, use all the track. Right to the inside, right to the outside. I'm very sorry, marshals, but I just want to get one hot lap in. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. And across the line. There we go, that'll do. I'm pleased. Okay, good. We got one hot lap in. That's excellent. Oh, man, I'll be interested to see. We'll have to look back in the edit. I don't know what it is. But I'll be interested to see if that was quicker than my ISF. I don't think it is, but I think it'll definitely be quicker than my Accord. But we'll see. The only things I'd probably change is just better tyres and a limited slip diff. And that would just transform this car, eh? And even with an automatic. Oh, and maybe some paddles. Paddle shifters would be good. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty dang impressive car, man. It goes really well.
Oh, the jazz.
Up the jazz.
Look forward to seeing the final video of this.
Whoa!
Oh, he's done it again.
He's spun out again, bro. See, man. So there we go. That's my Skyline 370 GT. You thought you were going to make it, weren't you? I've introduced it to the channel. I've fixed it, I've taken it on track, and now it's time to deliver my final thoughts on the car. Look, they're pretty good, and especially for the price you can get them for, you're going to struggle to find anything that's much faster. And the transmission's not bad at all, especially if you can get one with a manual. I imagine it'd be really good. They do handle quite nicely. Rev like super high. Right to 7,600 RPM. The downsides, they're kind of ugly, especially at the front end. I'm not a huge fan of the way they look. The infotainment system, at least in our New Zealand ones, because they're all Japanese imports, is locked in Japanese. And with an open diff, they have really bad, like probably the worst I've ever seen in any car, issues with one tyre fire. You saw it on track, it does it on the road too. Even if you're just pulling out of like somebody's driveway, the one wheel's just lighting up and it gets extremely annoying. And for some reason, I don't have that issue with my 130 or my ISF. I think whoever buys this is going to very much enjoy it. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you again next time.